The Caribbean is now being blasted by Hurricane Fiona. It hit Puerto Rico yesterday and is now over Turks and Caicos. But the Caribbean is not the only place where tropical cyclones are causing widespread damage. Meteorologist Sean Stiles is tracking the other storms.
To say the weather pattern in the northern hemisphere has been active over the past couple days is an understatement. In the past 24 hours, 3 major storms have made landfall with historic consequences, causing major damage. There's been high-speed winds, major flooding, as well as power outages. In Japan, Super Typhoon Nanmadol roared ashore in the southern islands with winds over 145 miles per hour. There were record-breaking rains, 19 inches falling in 24 hours, with 39 inches falling since Thursday. The storm is said to be one of the largest ever to hit Japan. Nearly 9 million people were evacuated in preparation for the typhoon's landfall, yet still 2 died and hundreds were injured. The typhoon has been downgraded but is expected to affect all of Japan with heavy rain and wind as it moves north. In the Bering Sea, the remnants of Typhoon Merbok merged with 2 non-tropical storms. It grew into a powerful storm and pounded the west coast of Alaska. Nome, Alaska saw a storm surge of 9 feet above the normal sea level, and offshore waves were measured by a buoy of 35 feet over 12 hours, peaking at 50 feet. Winds from the storm were sustained near hurricane force with gusts up to 91 miles per hour. Flooding was widespread, sweeping homes off their foundations and cutting off many small towns and villages from rescue efforts. The size of the storm was massive, big enough to cover the western half of the United States. In the Caribbean, another tropical cyclone, Hurricane Fiona, has been leaving a path of destruction as the storm moves northwest. Fiona came ashore in Puerto Rico as a Category 1 hurricane, but brought huge amounts of rainfall. Totals ranging between 12 and 30 inches. Just north of the city of Ponce, 2 feet of rain fell in just 24 hours. The difference between Hurricane Maria, which hit nearly 5 years ago, to the day is the amount of rain. It's washed out roads and bridges, and at one point blacked out all of Puerto Rico with no power. Hurricane Fiona is now bearing down on Turks and Caicos before it moves out to sea and becomes a major hurricane at a Category 3. What's so interesting to me is that all of these storms, which are active or are falling apart, all began as a tropical cyclone. Sean Stiles, CBS 8.